All right. So Jake found this picture. Okay, and we've got the covered bridge. We looked at the fact that most of this is farmland. Here we've got the college. Okay, and then here's another picture of Eastern Town there at the college as well. Okay, so this is these. So I got 4 pictures from Joyce. This is the 2nd Street Bridge. Okay, so this is the bridge that went over the Eel River. So the liquor store would have been like over here. Okay, the liquor store didn't exist at that time. Notice there's no homes over here either. This is about 1920, she said. Okay. Okay, so do you know where Crystal Flash is? Built 66. Okay, right. So do you know where then the building, the River Bridge Electric is? That's Dino's business. And then right behind that is the old liquor store. Okay, and then right behind that is where this bridge was. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll show you that one. I got a picture of that because so she got real pumped. I said, I just want this picture. She's like, well, I found you some more. I mean, this woman, like, I was kind of worried about her. She's wobbling. Okay. So this is they're actually, so notice there's a dirt road, right? Oh, then things got fancy. They paved it. Okay. So now you can see there's some, so this would be 2nd Street over here. Okay. Right. Like 2nd Street's going this way. So we do have some homes.
That makes so much more sense because I always wondered why like that street's like just like a dead end street.
Yeah. Right. So that street, if you go down there, it just dead ends where the liquor store was. Okay. But this is how you got into town. You could go over the covered bridge, but this is our main big way. Right. Well, then more roads started coming. Okay. This is the bridge over Main Street. Okay. So now the super nice bridge that they built in like late 50s, early 60s. This was it. Isn't this cool? Like I've never seen this picture before. I have no idea what this giant building is. Okay. This is the Eel River, right? This would be, so right here, like right here is where Chris Dameron lives. Okay. Right across the street is Kaler Metzger's auctioneer house. Okay. I'm gonna keep it going. Okay, y'all with me where we're at? Okay, that's that. I've never seen a picture of this before. I was super stoked about that. Okay, this is, oh yes, this is the Elmes.
Like, why don't we have
This is the one at Elmes. Yeah, look how cool this bridge was, right? This is the one. So this is where, so Elmes would be like back over this way, okay? Right, go with me on this. This is the Elmes Bridge. So this Wabash Road. Cool, right?
I really like that one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too. I've never seen it. Never seen, yeah, yeah, let's bring it back. It would be interesting to see. Like, I wonder what they did with all the pieces, right? Scrapped it probably. Like, I wonder if they eventually put like a sign here, something like, thanks for visiting. Okay, but look at these homes, right? Okay, it's crazy. Pretty cool. Take me back. I want a DeLorean. All right, real quick. We talked about urban sprawl. And yesterday I looked at a little bit at smart growth. Or I mean, we showed you some videos about smart growth and talking about how people move from the cities, right? Okay, and are moving to suburbs. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future. Okay, is it going to be, are we going to build up, okay, rather than build out? Is it eventually like, are we going to lose all of our farmland to urban? We looked at Phoenix yesterday and how like so much was agricultural, right? Like think about Fort Wayne, all that on 14, all that Jefferson Point, all that was farmland. Hey, think about even Lance's, that was farmland. Yeah.
So right, you know, at the corner, like right across from Butterballs.
Yeah.
Like my grandpa owns all that.
Yeah.
He's had like lawyers and stuff offer him
I'm sure.
amounts of money, but
I'm sure. Oh yeah, all that stuff. The liquor store, Dairy Queen, that where who if you live, does anybody live over there? Like Brubaker lives over there now, right? Isn't that where she lives now? Like all that was farmland. Okay, it's hard to picture. There wasn't even a road out there, right? It's pretty amazing to think about. Okay, again, walkable neighborhoods. We have good walkable neighborhoods. Okay, right? Oh yeah, man, that's one reason I love this stuff. Okay, we do. I think, so right now, if you're interested in this stuff, by the way, right now, there is a committee of people that are getting together in town to talk about what's going to happen in Wabash County. Okay.
what do you mean what's gonna happen?
Like how do we make it better? Like people are moving out of here. What would
Right,
attract
that makes
people
the,
here?
Makes the expensive living like a lot cheaper, so. they move
So-
out. Not
yeah.
that price go down. Are we like the cheapest in the state?
I don't know the
I'm
answer
pretty
to that.
sure. Wabash County, like,
You know what? Yeah, Hallie. I'm glad you're back. Hallie? Oh, maybe not. So I was on this committee with Adam. It was cool because I was like the oldest dude there, besides maybe Kelly McKee. I think we were the old timers. Everyone else is a former student. It was like Carrie Vineyard was there, and Brady Burgess, and Dino was there, and Adam Penrod, and so we were all kind of like thinking, what do we do to like keep people? You know what the number one issue in North Manchester was?
What?
Okay, what's that?
No.
No. They said housing,
That was my
not
mom.
enough available housing, or not the kind of housing that people want. Okay, we got homes that are available, but like, and then people did say, well, what about this new development out here, right? Okay, I mean, that's definitely, that was put out there to attract people, right? That was farmland. Okay, we want to attract people to our town. Okay, are there like 2 homes out there? I haven't driven down
They're
there.
up to
Three,
4 now.
are they 4 now? Cool. Right, so we started dreaming big. Okay, and part of that dream was renewable energy. Okay, could we have, and these guys, we've been talking to these guys during SRT, if anybody wants to, get in on that. Okay, talking about the idea of like, can we be sustainable as a community? What if we, even as a school, put in solar panels and got off the grid? Yeah, made some money off that. Yeah.
So, funny story about that housing development, with my grandfather used to farm that.
Yeah.
But, so the only reason they're building houses there is the town bought that thinking they would, build a lot of houses. And they got all tested and the rest of it's flood. And so they have all this land they can't even do it anymore. Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't in charge of that. That's crazy. That's too bad. We were dreaming big though. Like if I could run the town and do whatever I want right now, here's 2 things that I would do. Okay. I'll give you 3. Okay. I would set up, I'll go small. Okay. I'll give you 4. Maybe 5. Okay. I would close Walnut Street. Okay. So from Market, okay, to 2nd Street. That would no longer be a street. Okay. It's the stupidest street in the world. It's too busy with Terry Ecker School of Dance parents on a Thursday night. No offense. I appreciate the business. I think it's awesome. We can put parking somewhere. Okay. But it'd be a great place to congregate. I mean, not now with Corona, but can you imagine like if that was like a green space, you put tables out there, parents could party, maybe have like some food trucks pull up. You see what I'm saying here? Like I think it'd be the coolest thing. That street is crazy on Thursday nights, Wednesday nights, sometimes Friday nights. Okay. I don't think it would affect businesses. I think it would increase businesses. It would be a destination spot. That's the first thing I'd do, hands down. Second thing I do is I would take that alley behind the main view, okay, and like turn that into like a walkable party place, right? And then
That
there's
actually be a good idea, right by the river.
right by the river, okay. So you would have to build some infrastructure. You would build a walkway, and I have kind of this dream of like, if you look behind the main view, there's this area that's down. Okay, yes, it is in a floodplain. Okay, but you could be flexible with that and be kind of like an outdoor concert venue. Okay, so you could have like bands and stuff play. In the summertime, you could sit like on the balconies. And you guys ever been to Victory Field in Fort Wayne? You know how they have those apartment complexes and they have the balconies, and you can watch a baseball game, you can watch a concert. That was kind of the draw at first. Like, get my apartment and you got all these free baseball games and concerts, right? We could do that. Okay. The third thing, to set up a livery. Okay. Why do we not have a canoe rental place in this town? Okay. It is the most ridiculous thing.
That's
And
actually a really good idea.
I cannot believe no one's done it yet. We need a Parker. You know, we need some rich dude in town to like start it, right? You know, but we need that, right? Yeah.
One thing I've seen in when you're in South Carolina and Hilton Head that would be extremely cool, like here.
Yeah.
So like in Hilton Head, basically kind of like an environmentalist started that whole place, and they like the kind of the thing is there is the motto was to build no building taller than the tallest tree.
Oh yeah.
And literally they're like, you like if you're like when you went to Walmart there and stuff, if you didn't know, like didn't see how GPS, you can't see it from
Right.
the Walmart.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
so many trees.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
if when you went like halfway back the parking lot, you couldn't see the front of Walmart.
Right.
And that was like
Right.
sweet. Like it's just all like it's like a city in a forest.
Right. There's a lot of cities that have done it. And I don't know if you know this, but in North Manchester does have a rule that you cannot put a sign. That's why our McDonald's sign or Hardy signs are real low. You know, like they could be a lot higher, so you could see them from Highway, 13 over by right out here. You know, like there's McDonald's, right? But they're only a certain level. Okay, but only small chunk change here. But more towns need to do stuff like that.
That'd be really
Yeah.
sweet.
The other thing, last thing would be like set up some sort of renewable energy. Like it would be so cool if like, what if like everyone in town like didn't have to worry about paying an electric bill, okay, and then made money, got a check, okay, from the wind energy and from the solar energy that
So are you for wind energy?
I am for wind energy if you put it in the right place. If you don't put it in the right place, it can be bad.
Doesn't that kill birds?
It does kill birds. That's why you got to put it in the
What's
right place. Right place would be, so I would not put up a giant wind like you've got in like Elwood, right? There's way cooler wind generators that are not those giant turbines. We're talking small. There's like these really cool. There's these. What's that?
They have some without turbines. It's like a pole inside of like a cone
Yes,
pole, and then
yes.
it vibrates.
Yes. There's these really cool ones too that are like kind of like, you see them like they're like more vertical rather than like horizontal.
Oh yeah.
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 We're talking
But,
small.
I mean, you gotta admit, they gotta start somewhere.
No, I think like all the technology that we have, like with solar, like solar used to be incredibly expensive. Now it's starting to become more competitive. You could put a solar system on your house and pay it off in 9 years. Okay, but the problem is, what? Why don't more people do it? If you pay this off in 9, what's that?
The upfront cost.
Upfront, it's huge.
You could buy anything
Okay.
else.
If you have like who has like $75,000 to just like blow, for that, it's risky, right? Or not risky. It's not that risky, honestly. Like
Yeah.
it's more risky to buy GameStop stock from a Reddit group than it is. Yeah.
So does that, if you put solar energy like on your house, does that like really bump up your house's value, like if you were to sell it?
I don't know the answer to that.
So, I mean, if you put it on, you're about guaranteed you're gonna make money.
You're gonna make money.
I mean, you should.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be like literally. I just did this not too long ago. It would cost you a lot of money up front, but then it used to be 30 years to pay that off. Now it's like, nah, that's kind of the standard.
Yeah, they're like, there's like buildings and stuff, like solar places you can find now, like people starting businesses just.
Oh yeah. Dino put one in for you
They
too.
have like solar windows now, don't they?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. The technology's changing. It's just embracing that. So I don't know what's going to happen with some of this stuff. I saw this book. I thought it was really interesting. 5 Rules for Tomorrow's Cities. And I just liked that. Here it is. Here's the rules. So I just copied the chapters. See the city as a system, recognize patterns, apply lighter, greener, smarter infrastructure, strengthen social resilience, affordable housing, and adapt to shifts in jobs, retails, and wages. Okay. We are forever changed because of COVID. Okay. It won't be the same. It's not like it. I love it when people say, I can't wait to go back to normal. It will never be normal. Okay. Right. I think my prediction is that I will continue to Zoom every class period until I retire. Okay. Like there will be virtual students next year. And I think there'll be virtual students the year after that. Okay. I think that will happen. I think that will be an option. Is it the best option? I don't know. Are there some good things that have come from this? Absolutely. Okay. Right. You have to adapt. You can't do the same thing. Here's one last parting thought from Dave Wilkins. So Wilkins came, I was depressed. Okay. And I said to him, I walked him out to his car and I said, hey, thanks so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And he said, you've got some real smart kids. He said, he was really complimentary. He goes like, I really enjoyed our meeting together. I said, I just want to leave you with this. I go, these kids are really concerned about climate change, the future of Indiana. I said, I want these kids to stay here. I don't want them to move to Oregon or California or someplace like that, right? And so he shook my hand and he looked at me and he goes, I want you to understand something. Indiana doesn't like change, and that's the way it is. And he got in his car, and I just kind of stood there, and I felt like, you ever like have, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. You ever had that moment where you've gone in for the kiss and you get the diss? Okay, right? I felt like at that point, like I was like so excited about this meeting, and like that maybe change was going to happen, and that maybe he'd listen to anything, but it was all just like, and I was like, Dave. Oh God. All right. So anyway, who knows? But I think there's some options. I think that we've got to rethink things. I think we've got to look outside the box for some of this stuff, right? But Indiana, we are a little backwards. Like I saw there's some funny memes out there. I should find one for this lecture about like how like we are literally like 10 years behind like everything.
Well, think about it. Like Indiana was the last state in the United States to legalize the sale of alcohol on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We're just behind like.
All right.
I don't know if my dad would do 5 years.
Well, that's only been like 2 years, man. It's not been that long. Like, remind me to tell you a story after we finish. All right. So, yeah, but hey, so look, will Indiana ever become legalized marijuana? What do you think?
Probably.
Yes.
Okay. If they do, what do you think it'll be about? Money.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna be like, I can't believe like the government has not already started. We're surrounded by it. Michigan, right? Illinois. I think Ohio's got a bill coming up. Okay.
You gotta
Wisconsin's,
feel bad.
right?
You gotta feel bad for law enforcement here. Like honestly, like they've got like if they see it, they just start.
Remind me to tell you some more stories
You're like, okay,
later.
I get married to Colorado
Yeah.
in like August, and I told my dad I was going to bring him. Okay. You know what he said? He said, okay. I said, what? You think I can hide in my suitcase?
I would take it on a plane. All right. What time are we out of here?
Oh my God.
What is today? Wednesday?
Oregon. Yeah. Oregon.
Okay. Hey, let me tell you a quick story and then we'll stop. Okay. All right. Don't forget questions to do Friday at midnight, by the way. All right. So,
David, do you need to stop recording?
no, not right now, but I'll stop recording in a second. But thanks for telling me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Anybody know this guy?
Nope.
Okay. Anybody know this guy?
Nope.
Okay. This guy is Wendell Berry. Okay, Wendell Berry is from Kentucky. He's a super mega famous author, and I respect this guy wholeheartedly. I've met him several times, and he's like the coolest. Okay, this guy's name, don't laugh, his name is Earl Butz, B-U-T-Z. Okay, he was Secretary of Agriculture under Richard Tricky Dick Nixon. Okay, Tricky Dick Nixon. Why am I showing you these pictures? Because something crazy happened. Okay, and it involves this thing. Okay, well, for me at least. Anybody know what this thing is? All right, nobody knows. Okay, all right. Has anybody been to the North Manchester Public Library before? Yeah, it's a newspaper thing. Okay, if you've ever watched a movie from the 80s and there's some sort of like mystery, you'll see somebody go find one of these things. It's called a microfiche. Microfiche. Okay, so there are these little, this is film. Okay, and they've taken all the newspapers, okay, from a certain time period and put them on this film. You can't read it. So you need this microfiche to blow it up, right? This is like an overhead projector for old newspapers, okay? So I'd heard this story that Wendell Berry and Earl Butz, so Wendell Berry and Earl Butz came to North Manchester for a debate about the future of agriculture. I was like, no way, this didn't happen. So I went to the library and I found an article, and they did. In 1976, they came to the newly built Manchester Junior Senior High School, okay, and had a giant debate about the future of agriculture. If I could go back in time and be there, oh my gosh, I couldn't even believe it, okay, that this would actually happen. And guess what? People got pissed off, and I love it. Okay, so let me give you crap. All right, what's that? Okay, so let me right. So let me tell you the names first, and then I'll tell you the story tomorrow. And I want you to add, here's your assignment for tonight. If your parents are longtime Manchester folks or grandparents, ask them if they remember this or heard about it, because this is a big deal. Like 500 people showed up, right to the junior high auditorium. Do you guys know there used to be an auditorium in there? Okay, so there was a stage, there were seats, like not as big as the PAC.
It used to be like set in, didn't it?
Yeah. It was like a mini pack.
Yeah.
In the junior high.
Okay.
Okay, so here's some names. Okay, Don Strauss, that's Strauss Field. Okay, right? Meredith Spiker, Frank Miller, James Bishop, Robert Buzzard, Alan Dieter, and Bill Eberly. I'm pretty sure all those people are dead. Any Timbercrest Peabody people out there? Okay, workers? No? Nobody knows these names? All right. How about this one? Charlie Signs. You know Charlie Signs? He's a local farmer. I think Charlie's still alive. Charlie Signs has that place on 13 that's like out by the gravel pit, and it says hostas for sale. You may know what I'm talking about? That's Charlie Signs. Okay. All right. So let me see if there's any other names.
What year did this happen?
1976. More than 450 spectators. It was a Sunday night. Let's see. I thought John Strauss. There was another name I thought that I wanted
Hey, James, so why did this happen? What was-
Walter Kaiser. You may know Walter Kaiser. Is that name familiar? All right. So here's why it happened. Okay. Sunday night's program was sponsored by Don Strauss and the North Manchester Life Schools. I don't even know what that is. The program continues with a panel discussion on American agriculture policy Tuesday night, November 15th, in the bank community room, which is, I'm not sure where that is. The bank must be, I bet it's ILB, or sorry, now it's like First Bank. What's the one on Market Street, right across from the coffee shop? What is it called now? First Merchants. I still call it ILB. Indiana Lawrence Bank was what it used to be called. I'm guessing it was probably there. Okay, so here's what it is. They just invited these guys, two guys, to come in to talk about the future of agriculture. Okay, so because you would think like we're just now talking about this stuff, right? Like regenerative farming. Okay. Oh yeah, that's BS, right? Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, we'll talk about this conversation tomorrow because we only have a few minutes left, and I don't want to get into it. But ask your parents if they or grandparents